Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another segment of On the Clock. I'm here with Cap, and unfortunately, across from us, you don't see anybody because Santi's out due to personal reasons. Hopefully, we got him back next week.
Injury report will come out soon.
Exactly. But this video, we're doing our trade grades. We're gonna start basically. These are the trades that happened on the deadline, the day of, and the 10 trades record breaking
through the week.
You want to kick it off?
Yeah, sure. We'll start out with the Roquan Smith trade. Obviously, the Ravens received Roquan Smith from the Bears, and the Bears got AJ Klein, a 2023 with a second-round pick and a fifth-round pick. In my opinion, I think the Ravens fleeced the Bears. Like, I feel like you could have gone first, maybe even two for Roquan Smith. He's that good. Yeah.
2 firsts after he's been struggling this year?
I think so.
2 firsts?
There's a reason why he's struggling.
He's like a 58. He's like a 58.6, I think, on PFF.
Watch the moment he shoots off the Ravens, he's like, wow, he doesn't want to play for the Bears. There's a reason why he's struggling. It's because he doesn't want to play for the Bears.
No, that doesn't mean shit. Dude. You can still get value off of them. They work their differences out, so they said.
Like,
and
you
again,
said off
could be
camera, this is a trade package for like a Jerry Judy. Like, wow. I don't see the Ravens.
The Packers
I don't see the
fucking
Bears
do that.
The Bears, they could have done more. That's my opinion. But
I gave
the Baltimore a B plus, maybe even an A minus, because they got an All Pro linebacker who beats their defensive line a lot, and they gave up 2 picks that are not even a first. As for the Bears, I mean, a C plus. I think they did get AJ Klein, so that helps. But as I said, a second round pick isn't bad. A fifth round pick isn't bad. But I think you got more, and that's my grade for them. You go ahead.
Okay. I gave the Ravens a conditional C. Why? Because I gave them a condition. I gave them a C because they traded for Roquan Smith, but will they extend him? Because now you're looking at extending him and Lamar, him or Lamar.
I feel like you make that trade, you have to.
You have to extend him, exactly. But now what do you do with Lamar? Is your future without him?
Yeah,
that's the question. That's why I gave him a conditional C.
Right,
if they re-sign both of them, it's an A++.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a fleece job because they did give the Bears a 1-year depth piece. They did give the Bears a 1-year depth piece. They did give him a second-round pick that he was worth this year, and they additionally gave him a fifth. Those 2 picks are also for 2023. I do agree with that. That's why I gave the Bears a B. Because that second-round pick could be a first-round talent considering how high or low it could be. So, obviously, and it's also a massive drop-off in salary. Now they don't have to pay Roquan Smith or him. They got a lot of cap space, a lot of draft picks for next year. They can start the rebuild, help out Justin Fields, focus on the offensive line and some receivers, but then again, you're straight. And they have receivers, so really just beat the defense. Do what the Packers are doing now, the Bears should be doing. Dickheads.
Next up, the Bradley Chubb trade.
What'd you give?
This offense received Bradley Chubb and a 2025 5th-round pick. Basically fodder. And the Broncos received running back Chase Edmonds, who can't catch a ball to save his life, a 2023 1st-round pick from the Niners, and a 2024 4th-round pick. In the case of the Dolphins, I give them around a B. They did get a star linebacker in Bradley Chubb. They also did get a 5th-round pick back. I'm not worried about Chase Edmonds going. The 1st-round pick, it would be lower if it was their 1st-round pick, but it's the Niners, and the Niners did just get a lot better. And I think that pick is going to be high 20s, so I'm not really worried about it. They're kind of doing what the Rams did after the picks, go get star players, and so far, I mean, hey, the Dolphins' Super Bowl projections are going up. They're not super high yet.
They're going pretty high.
But they're going up. As for the Broncos, you get a 1st-round pick out of your starting linebacker, which is exactly what they wanted. See, the Bears didn't get one, but the Broncos did for Bradley Chubb.
Here's the thing, though. Bradley Chubb, when he had Von Miller, did really good. He did really good. Now that he's by himself, he did mediocre. When he had Randy Gregory, he did better.
Yeah. Well,
the thing is,
what happens with Jalen Phillips.
The thing is, you have 2 premier edge threats that complement each other. That way, if one team decides to focus on him more, he's getting the sacks.
Jalen Phillips is going to get his sacks, and if he's not...
Exactly, because Jalen Phillips has been getting pressures, but no sacks.
Yeah, exactly.
So I feel like next year that changes.
It's not all about sacks, but he should get some more sacks.
He should get some more
sacks. They
sacks.
also got a 2024 4th-round pick, which, I mean, fodder at this point. A B for the Dolphins, I give the Broncos a B minus.
I gave the Dolphins a B plus because they got Bradley Chubb and they extended him. Yeah, and the 5th-round pick is like a placeholder. It's just
and they did also extend Bradley Chubb, which helps a lot with the grade.
My thing is, if Bradley Chubb doesn't help the sack numbers, if he doesn't complement Jalen Phillips like he's supposed to, that grade does go down. And
for sure.
the first round pick, in the event that we gave him the first round pick, in the event that he doesn't improve the sack numbers, that also becomes an even worse grade. The point of Bradley Chubb is, complementing Jalen Phillips for the next 5, 6, 7 years. Side by side.
Super young.
If they focus on one, they hit. If they focus on the other, oppositions, or they attract everything, and now you built the D line. You got Raekwon Davis can stay healthy. You built the D line. My thing is, if that first round pick could become more valuable, it could not. That's why we were okay with giving that pick, because it's high. It's in the mid-20s. Chase Edmonds can complement Latavius Murray, and Melvin Gordon can give him a lot of running backs to have problems with.
Yeah.
And the fourth round pick, again, a placeholder. My thing is though, if that first round pick becomes a lot more valuable if Bradley Chubb doesn't do what we expect him to do. If he's not worth that extension, it becomes a lot more valuable. And also, we got to see who comes out of that pick, because there are edge rushers in the class next year that are bonkers, and the Broncos can easily pair those two, go up for Will Anderson.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens there.
Cover his health, Bradley Chubb.
Exactly, injury prone.
But we'll see. Next up, the Chase Claypool trade. This one's pretty straight up. Chase Claypool to the Bears for a second round pick. I give the Steelers, them an A. Just, they got a second round pick out of Chase Claypool. In my opinion, Chase Claypool's not worth a second round pick. As for the Bears, I give them a C. A C. They did get another weapon for Justin Fields. Danny, just because you wanted the Packers to go get Chase Claypool, he's not. I don't think he's worth it.
Why do you think Chase Claypool's not?
He's just not. He's not.
Why?
He's not.
Why?
I don't think he's a good. He's good, but he's not second round pick. I don't think so. That's just my opinion. I think the Steelers, they can go out and get a better wide receiver with the second round pick this year. Look what they got with George Pickens. George Pickens is going to be really good this year.
I'm here to prove you wrong.
And they still have Deontay Johnson.
I'm here to prove you wrong. Here's why. Darnell Mooney, what type of receiver is he?
I don't know. I don't watch Darnell Mooney. I'll tell you that. That's exactly why I'm having this conversation about the Bears.
Darnell Mooney's a physical receiver. You see him going up for jump balls. You see him, physical.
He just can't
His catch radius is insane.
Yeah, he just can't catch him.
It's insane.
His hands are covered in peanut butter. That's the problem with Darnell Mooney.
It was that one pass. Darnell Mooney can catch. He just doesn't get any targets. But now, as the season's progressed and as Justin Fields has progressed, like I said would happen, he's starting to get more targets, starting to get more receptions, more yards, all the above. Yeah. Chase Claypool's the same type of receiver. Only has one drop on the year. You see the highlight catches that he had with the Steelers during the year with terrible quarterback play. Justin Fields gets better, that quarterback play gets better. He gets more receptions, more targets, more yards, more touchdowns. That's a receiver core that goes for the next 5 years. If you extend them, the next 7 years.
Okay, that's a little much.
If you extend them the next 7 years.
I think in the next 2 years.
They both got a year. They both, I think, were on the same draft
I
class.
think in the next 2 years they're going to be looking for another number one.
They were both in the same draft class.
I don't think you're satisfied with Chase.
Here's the thing, though.
Here's
the thing, though. You're rebuilding. And you're building your core with the quarterback, the receiver, and the other receiver. Receiver 1 and receiver 2, all from the same year.
Yeah.
You're building off of them, and you're progressing with them. The chemistry gets better. The weapons around them, the offensive line gets better. The running backs get better. That duo, that trio was unstoppable. We saw Justin Fields in college, how he can throw the ball deep.
He could.
And he had physical receivers in college. You fit that same system here, like they're doing now, finally, after I said this week 1. They're doing this now. They're filling in the receivers, and they're filling in the same system that he had in college. He's going to thrive. He's going to succeed. You need the pieces around him to do that, and that's what they got in Chase Claypool. And for a second-round pick, I love it. Because I do think he's worth the second-round pick because of the catch radius. And the fact that he only has one drop the entire year, considering the catch radius. And his routes are a little bit deficient. He's a physical receiver, and that second-round pick for the Steelers is valued high. And they can get a first-round. They can get
That's what I'm saying about the Steelers. They got a really good.
They can get a first-round quality person. So it could be I'm thinking I give them both an A based on their contributions, right?
Yeah, I mean,
they could get a first-round graded player.
For a player, which
Exactly.
goes kind of well.
Exactly.
But,
they can get a first-round grade player possibly for him.
Next up, the T.J. Hawkinson trade. This trade is. I think the Vikings won this one out.
What grades did you give them? I'm curious.
I give the Vikings an A, right on the edge of an A+. They took a star tight end from their division. In their division, they took one from the lower team in their division, the Lions. They also got a 4th-round pick this year and a conditional 4th next year. The Lions only got a 2nd-round pick and a 3rd-round pick next year. for TJ Hawkins. I give the Lions D. I give the Vikings an A, very close to A+.
What about the Lions?
A D.
A D? A D. Well,
Yeah.
okay, I'll give you that.
Yes.
I gave the Vikings an A+.
I think if you didn't trade him into the Vikings or in the division, it's a little higher, but you're gonna be going against him for 2 times a year for the next few years. So and you don't want that.
My thing, I gave the Vikings an A+ and the Lions an F. If it was an F-, I'd give them an F-.
Yeah.
Why? The TJ Hawkins is, like you said, a star tight end. I'm talking about a star tight end that you trade to a division rival that's 6-1 that needs a tight end to be one of the best teams in the NFL.
And you didn't even get a first.
And you didn't even get a first. You at least fleece him. You be like, you really want this guy? You can't get anybody else. There's no one else on the market. You really want this guy because there were no other tight ends on the market. You really want this guy.
Gesicki was being floated around.
You really want this guy. I'll give you the 4th and the conditional 4th. I'll give you all that stuff. I'll give you the TJ Hawkins and the 23 4th and the 24 4th. I'll give you all that. Give me a first round pick. And that's it. Because it's going to be a high value first. It's going to be a low pick first round pick, late 20s, right? And on top of that, that's a better trade. Even then, you're trading to your division rival who's young, could get extended, up and coming, could get extended. If they extend them another, let's say 4 or 5 years, now you're trying to improve and you're screwed because now they have a core for 4 or 5 years. You know, if they get rid of the quarterback, obviously they got a core for 4 or 5 years. So now you're competing with them the whole time. It's ridiculous. Brad Holmes is a really good drafter. Jeff Okudah, Aiden Hutchinson.
Jeff Okudah, he's been coming.
Penei Sewell.
Recently. Yeah, Penei Sewell's been amazing.
All those people, you know, and the bottom picks, Craig Reynolds, the Cornelius Lucas, those bottom picks, everybody. But as a trader, as an actual GM, trash. That's a terrible trade. And the Vikings, congratulations, you fleeced them.
That's more than a fleece. Like they legit robbed them in front of them.
Good lord.
Alright, next up, the Calvin Ridley trade. Jacksonville got Calvin Ridley. And the Falcons received a 2023 conditional 5th round pick and a 2024 conditional 2nd round pick. Which I believe can turn into a first. I don't know if it goes to
No. It's supposed to be a 4th round pick, a 5th round pick that could turn up to a 2nd.
Oh, okay. Grades. Jacksonville, they got a star wide receiver. I think Calvin Ridley is really good. Too bad. It sucks that he's not playing this year or something really stupid.
Yeah, the fact that Deshaun Watson gets to play and he doesn't is bonkers.
Calvin Ridley's a really good black guy, and he can still get up there and catch the ball. I give the Jaguars a B+. They got a star wide receiver to help out Trevor Lawrence, who needs the help right now. We all know that for sure. They did just get some picks for James Robinson, and now they sent some of those over for Calvin Ridley. So they really didn't use their picks, and they're basically just stayed the same.
I gave the Jaguars an A because Calvin Ridley's a wide receiver 1 in this league. You got him and Christian Kirk now. Christian Kirk has been doing good when he gets the ball.
Yeah. And Marvin Jones is still there.
That offense is up and coming. Travis Etienne's been going crazy.
Their O-line getting better.
Exactly. That team is set for the future. Trevor Lawrence just needs to play better.
Yeah.
Now, for the Falcons, I gave them a conditional A. Why? Because if for whatever reason Calvin Ridley does not get extended because Calvin Ridley's not playing this year, they have to extend him. They have to.
Yeah, and you're betting a lot, no pun intended, that Calvin Ridley plays good next year.
If Calvin Ridley doesn't get extended to a multi-year deal, and if he doesn't play a good amount of snaps, that pick goes basically goes down to a 5th, a 4th, or a 3rd. Yep. So basically, it's up to the Jaguars to make it a 2nd round pick. So they kind of threw themselves in the fire because they're giving up a good value pick for a receiver that's not going to play for them this year. And if he sucks the following years, it kind of screwed up. It's kind of screwed you up. If he doesn't fit that system, exactly. It's a big what if trade.
You're shooting it from that quarter.
And my assumption is that they do extend them, so the Falcons got themselves a 2nd round pick in 2024.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it works for both teams, honestly. It's not a bad trade. The Bills get Naheem Hines, and the Colts get Zach Moss and a conditional 5th round pick for this year's draft. The Bills, I give him a B+. Naheem Hines he's a good running back. He was a good backup behind Jonathan Taylor. Him and Devin Singletary, they'll fight for the number 1 spot. It's gonna be hard. I mean, I don't know if Devin Singletary is like a number 1 back. That's just because of Josh Allen. But I think Naheem Hines is a good back, and they'll complement each other really well. As for the Colts, Zach Moss on a 5th round pick. I mean, him a B. I mean, Zach Moss, he could turn into something. Jonathan Taylor, can't go wrong with fifth round pick, to be honest, for that type of trade. It's nothing blockbuster. You're basically trading a backup running back for another backup running back on a pick. So
here's my thing. I gave the Bills a D.
D.
And I gave the Colts a B minus.
Wow.
I gave the Colts a B minus because they got an upright, a high upside running back, and they got a conditional fifth that could go up to what, a fourth, third.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, it's good.
I gave the Bills a D because they offered a fifth round pick
Yeah.
for Naheem Hines when the Browns were asking for a fourth. You can take that fourth round pick and get a lot better in the backfield, and basically guarantee your trip to the Super Bowl with Kareem Hunt. But I get the issue was extending him and stuff. But the issue is, even if it's a rental, it's a fourth round pick.
Yeah.
For a Bills team, that's not gonna be nothing. That's not gonna be anything.
Yeah, exactly.
So you offer that pick and Zach Moss, and you got yourself an all-pro running back that could definitely guarantee your spot in the Super Bowl.
I agree, but Kareem Hunt would need touches, and that takes away from Josh Allen.
I'd give him touches. Kareem Hunt can catch the ball in the backfield. So can Naheem Hines, but Kareem Hunt can catch the ball in the backfield. You just risked a pick for a lot better, for a lot worse of a running back.
Security blanket in Naheem Hines. He's a solid running back, and that's really what you need for that type of team.
I think they were looking towards longevity, but me personally, I think your goal is Super Bowl or bust. Your goal is Super Bowl. You go for the guy that'll help you win the Super Bowl the most. That's Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't really need help in running back right now. That's the thing. You get a nice backup running back for your team that'll help you in the long run. They don't need a Kareem Hunt.
I think
Singletary and the Browns would trade into the Bills.
I think Singletary and Naheem Hines are going to be situational running backs.
Yeah, they're going to be a good running back. It's not. They're going to be decent running back. Not good in common, but they're good situational running backs. The Jeff Wilson Jr. trade, this should be straight up. I give C+ for both teams, to be honest. Jeff Wilson, he was the starting running back in San Francisco until
Christian McCaffrey. And then they have Tyree Davis Price, and they have Elijah Mitchell coming back.
Yep. So
they all have injury concern. Then again, it is San Francisco injury concern.
Yeah. So you got a fifth round pick out of that. So it's not bad. And for the Dolphins, you traded away Chase Edmonds, so you needed another back. And what better to get a guy who knows the system like Jeff Wilson Jr.
I think Jeff Wilson might even be the lead back, to be honest with you. But
lead back?
Lead.
Oh, I said elite.
No,
I was about to say
what? Lead.
Read
my lips. Lead.
He could be. Roy Wilson's been balling out. He had a slower day against the Lions, so we'll see. But yeah, this is kind of like the Naheem Hines and Devin Singletary running back group. You can flip them around and see who works better the day up. Earlier in the year was Chase Edmonds who was doing good, and then it was Raheem Mostert.
I got B+ for the Dolphins because the running back that fits your system that has the speed that we need, and a B for the Niners because they got something out of it. Instead of having to let him go and waste his talents, they got something out of it.
Yeah,
they have a lot of running backs.
It's a pretty even trade.
And the Niners don't have to worry about running backs because they develop running backs like this. Unless it's Mike McDaniel that develops the running backs, we'll see next year. But yeah. William Jackson to the Steelers.
Yeah, that was a big one. William Jackson was a really good cornerback, but the Commanders did do better than him.
I gave the Steelers a B. They got William Jackson a conditional 2025 7th round pick, and the Commanders got a conditional 2025 6th. The late round pick swap.
Yeah, they're pretty much dumping the salary of William Jackson.
Yeah.
Which we thought they were going to do anyway.
I gave them a B minus because they still have to pay some of it.
We don't have to pay the majority of it. You get off the last time.
They got an F for signing up that contract. Going off a contract.
Yeah.
3 years, $42 million is way too much. But they're paying some of it. The Steelers are going to pay, I think, $575K. And the pick swap, I would have gone a little bit higher, but then again, they were looking for. I don't know why the Steelers actually swapped the picks, the grades, because the Steelers, they're desperate for rebuilding. They're rebuilding and they're desperate for corner help. Like, you're not winning games, bro. Mike Tomlin, I respect you. I think you're one of the, if not the second greatest coach of all time, the third. But you need to be real. Yeah, Don Shula, Bill Belichick, and Mike Tomlin, because he has not had a losing season in his entire career.
I might have to go over the list of other coaches because I might be forgetting something. But,
but basically, yeah.
Steelers get cornerback.
You're desperate for cornerback help. At the end of the day, it's not going to help you towards your rebuild. Not gonna do shit.
Yeah.
You need to rebuild.
A C+ for the Steelers for getting another good cornerback. But I give the Commanders a B just for dumping off that salary. And that's usually really hard to do. So just getting rid of them is a B.
Yeah, exactly. It saves you some cap money.
Yep.
It'll help you get some help later on. Jacob Martin to the Broncos. I gave the Broncos a C- because they got Jacob Martin at 2024 fifth, and then the Jets get a C for a 2024 fourth. The reason why I gave the Broncos a C- is because they have enough depth. They have Baron Browning, who's been breaking out. They have Randy Gregory, who comes back from injury. They have Nick Bonito. They have depth. They added Jacob Martin, yes, but he's been third string, fourth string running back, defensive end. Plays one
He did also
snap.
get a fifth round pick.
He plays
He
one
only
snap.
gave up 4. Honestly, depth is important.
I have the issue with the Jets though, because the Jets, they give him $6 million guaranteed, and they have to pay that $6 million guaranteed to a third string running back. To a third string defensive end that plays like one snap every drive, every series. So 1 to 2 snaps every series. So yeah, and the Broncos can use some depth, but they have a lot already.
Yeah.
Maybe this could work out.
But a fifth round pick is nice, and you only gave up a fourth. So you get a player and a fifth for a fourth.
The Broncos got Jacob Martin. It's the Jets that got the 4th round pick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You give up a 4th for that? Yeah, I
Yeah,
can.
you give up a fourth for a player and a fifth. That's not bad. And it's only 2024, so it's not even. You don't even have to worry about it next year.
The second to last one, Rashad Fenton from the Chiefs to
This
the
one's
Falcons.
kinda surreal. I mean,
I gave the Chiefs a B because they got a conditional 2023 7th, could go higher, and the Falcons got a C-. The reason why the Falcons got a C- is because, they need corner help, but he's like, falling out. He was falling out of the rotation in Kansas because Kansas does really well, what I was saying earlier, does really well with their rookie DBs, with their rookie defensive backs.
Yeah, they could find random people throw them in.
Yeah, Steve Spagnuolo can develop the rookie defensive backs. The Falcons got cornerback help, but and you can never have enough corners. But they could have got another corner. I feel like they had more corner, depth, more people.
Yeah,
And Fenton was falling out of the rotation.
Yeah, he's pretty much a project piece at this point. Let's see what he can do.
They gave him a 7th, so yeah.
Yeah.
If anything, I can give the Falcons a higher grade. That's just me. I gave him a C-. I'll give him a B.
I'll give him a C plus just because you're already giving him moves for a project player.
I'll give him a B because you could probably keep him as a veteran.
Up in stock. And for the Chiefs, I mean, you got a 7th round pick. This is pretty much just swap.
Exactly. The last trade here, we got Dean Marlowe to the Bills. He was a safety, a rotation safety from the Falcons to the Bills for a 7th round pick this year.
Well,
I gave the Bills
now that Micah Hyde's out.
For the year, exactly. I gave him a B plus, the Bills, and the Falcons a C. Falcons maybe could have gone to 6 since they were desperate.
Yeah, they got a 7th.
And Dean Marlowe is familiar with that system. He played with the Bills the year before last, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
He played with the Bills already, familiar with that system. Go back in there, do your thing.
Yeah.
He's not good in coverage. Really not good in coverage.
But a system player who knows the way that you play is always super helpful.
And can mentor the other, the Hamlins of the world, all the other people. And yeah, those are gonna be the trade grades. Like and subscribe down below. Post notifications on. We got the Twitter, Instagram, YouTube accounts,
Drop
Twitch
comments,
accounts,
what
everything
your
down
favorite trade
below.
was, who should have been traded. And that'll
Your
be
comments
for us.
down below. Any video ideas you guys have for us down below. And yeah, that'll do it for us. Peace.